Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are meticulously deconstructing a minimalist project blueprint. We're going to look at the exact no-fluff architecture required to build a highly capable piece of tech. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. At a fundamental level, what actually goes into building an AI research agent? We're going to use our source document as a blueprint to uncover the exact hierarchy, the real nuts and bolts of how this agent is engineered.
So it all starts with our source's macro-level paradigm, agentic engineering. You can think of this as the overarching framework, right? It's a deliberate, structured discipline focused entirely on creating and structuring autonomous AI agents. It literally sets the stage and provides the high-level philosophy for our entire build.
And within that massive curriculum, our source pinpoints a very specific, structured milestone, day 24. Now, this implies a journey. By the time we arrive at this specific day, foundational concepts are already locked in, setting the stage for something highly specialized.
It's exactly on day 24 that the broad scope of agentic engineering really narrows down. We move away from theory and straight into application, focusing entirely on crafting an AI research agent. We're talking about a tool engineered not just to exist, but to actively investigate.
To give this agent its purpose, the blueprint assigns it a very specific title, Internet Research Assistant. This is basically the primary mission statement. It isn't just some generic bot. It has a defined job, a specific domain, which is the internet, and a perfectly clear function.
Because, let's be honest, a broad AI agent can mean literally anything, right? Generating art, playing chess, driving a car. But by explicitly defining this as an Internet Research Assistant, the blueprint establishes strict boundaries. As you'll see, in engineering, these precise definitions are absolutely crucial to prevent scope creep.
So we have the paradigm, the milestone, and the mission. But how does this assistant actually operate in the wild? To understand that, we need to transition from that mid-level description down to the granular, micro-level mechanics.
The blueprint explicitly defines a sequence of 3 core skills: search, summarize, and citations. Think of this as an active, highly interconnected workflow that truly brings our Internet Research Assistant to life. Let's break down this pipeline.
The very first required skill is search. This is the foundational ability to scour the internet for information. It is the absolute essential starting point. I mean, think about it. The agent is completely cut off from the world until it successfully pulls in that raw external data. Nothing else can happen before this.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how search acts as the engine of discovery. It literally feeds every single subsequent capability. If the search engine is weak, the entire assistant is compromised. You're basically bottlenecking the quality of the research from the very first step.
Okay, so once that search engine does its job, the agent enters the processing phase, summaries. It has to take all that gathered information and distill it down into readable, concise formats. It's doing all the heavy cognitive lifting for you, which is a total game changer.
Because as we all know, raw search data is completely chaotic. It's overwhelming and, a lot of times, totally contradictory. The true value of this assistant lies in synthesizing that noise. The agent doesn't just hand you a giant stack of unfiltered documents, it processes the chaos and hands you the clear signal.
But hey, a summary without a source? That's just a hallucination. And that brings us to the third core skill, citations. Referencing the exact original sources is the crucial final step that grounds the agent's entire workflow in verifiable reality. It acts as a built-in accountability mechanism.
So the crucial point is that validating research through citations provides essential accuracy. Without citations, you really can't trust the summaries. And without trust, the assistant is entirely useless, right? This skill is absolutely the anchor that secures the project's integrity.
If you look at it, this whole structure operates a lot like a giant Russian nesting doll. We started way up at the macro paradigm of agentic engineering, zoomed into the day 24 milestone for the AI research agent, focused on the specific Internet Research Assistant mission, and finally unpacked those 3 micro skills. It's honestly a masterclass in logical mapping.
We've seen the entire blueprint now, but I want to leave you with a final provocative thought as we wrap up this explainer. If an agent achieves absolute, flawless mastery over search, summaries, and citations, what actually limits its potential? Is it the internet itself? Is it processing power? Or is it simply the imagination of the human asking the questions? Thanks for joining us, keep questioning, and we'll see you next time.